Shit. Think we're good. Maybe. Hold on. This might be a little bit of a rocky start to the show. I'm gonna get over here a little bit. Get out of the sun. So we're talking about the Pixel 8 Pro. It's a bit of a heavy phone. It's a good phone though. If I could get this actually to stay put. Hold on. This might be a bit of a pain in the butt. I didn't really plan this out as well as I thought I would. Give me 1 second, folks. We're here at the park today. We're doing a live. Tons of errors, but the Pixel 8 Pro makes it still look all the better. Let me wrap this around here. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Now we're focused. So welcome to the show, everybody. This is we're talking about the Pixel 8 Pro today. And one of the things about the phone that I particularly love is just how functional it actually is. The camera itself on the phone is incredible, and I'm going to show it off here. So I'm actually filming this entire live video with the Pixel 8 Pro. It's probably one of the better phones out there. Hold on. Okay. It is one of the better phones out there for sure. And one of the reasons I want to make a live demonstration is one, I do have Amazon Associate. I'm an Amazon Associate, so I do have links in the description below. So if you want to purchase a Pixel 8 Pro from Amazon, I do get a small commission. They are affiliate links. They're not sponsors. Just I do get like a small commission at no extra cost to you, by the way. Full disclaimer is in the description of the video below. But the reason I'm doing this, one, I first off, I love promoting products. I'm a huge fan of promoting all kinds of products. And being an Amazon associate allows me to promote products that I use on the day-to-day basis. And one of them is the Pixel 8 Pro. Now, I'm happy I purchased this from Amazon when I did, because it is one of the better products that I purchased. And I can't help it. Now, I'm going to be cracking a beer, because this is one of those sessions where I do a live video. I do like to drink a little bit when I'm at the park, so... Hold on. In a very secluded spot at the park, though. It's one thing I like. And, Black Phillip. By the way, this is a Black Phillip IPA for everybody. Not a sponsor, obviously. I just like to drink hard ciders every now and then. And make sure you're 21 or older if you're going to be drinking. And drink responsibly. There we go. Not a promotion of alcohol. I just like this beer. Here we go. Cracking open the beer right now. Let's do it. So overall, I think that, you know me. I'm a huge fan of, well, honestly, what am I a huge fan of? I'm a huge fan of being a baller, shot caller. I'm just kidding. Anyway. It's really tasty. But yeah, overall, huge fan of the Pixel 8 Pro. And one of the reasons I like promoting this product is, one, I'm hoping you guys would want to order some for yourselves. I might even order a second one. So that's how much I like the product. You're probably wondering, of all the things to do, why would you be drinking in the park? Well, one, I drink here all the time. So it's basically my bar. And one, the bar's more expensive. I can get beer a lot cheaper from stores and then just drink them here at the park. So that's where I like to go. But what you're seeing is this is the front-facing image, by the way, of the Pixel 8. The front camera is actually really incredible. Now, this is the Pixel 8 Pro, mind you. This is different than the regular Pixel 8. Granted, I'm sure the regular Pixel 8 is probably just as fine, but, it's just as good. Yeah, but overall, just pretty tasty stuff. Yeah, let's see here. But yeah, overall, great product. It has, like I said, the front-facing camera is pretty good. The wide lens is also pretty good on it as well. So combine forces on that, and it's a hell of a product. And I think it's a good alternative to the iPhone, which is I'm not big on the iPhone. Preferably, I like cheaper alternatives, but ones that still work. They may not be top of the line hardware, but they're comparable hardware at the end of the day. So that's kind of the goal. That's really the whole philosophy behind the way I do my thing with the most technology. But yeah, let's see here. Get out the old notebook real quick. Oh. Let's see. Don't see anybody in chat at the moment, but that's okay. Just getting out a few little notes. But even though I've only had the Pixel 8 for about 3 months, it's been a very durable phone so far. Pixel 8 Pro has been honestly one of the better ones. You could do so much with it. It's a powerful phone. It's a powerhouse. And honestly, with smartphones, I don't really need the most powerful one on the market. I'd rather have the most like one of the more powerful desktop computers, really, if we're going to talk about it. That's where I want my computational power at. Now, trust me, the computational power on this Pixel 8 Pro is actually pretty massive and pretty damn good. Don't underestimate how incredible this is, man. Yeah. Feels good to drink a hard cider outside for a bit. Definitely need to get a little more sun, though. I'm gonna put up my shoulder a little bit. Actually, I don't want my shoulder to get burned, so. Yeah, I think most people, if they're being honest with themselves about the Pixel 8, I think it's probably one of the better phones out there on the market, and you can't really underestimate it, man. It's I wouldn't say GOAT level status. It's not the greatest thing in the world. By the way, you're gonna hear a little wind pickup, so we're doing this live, so anything can happen. And I appreciate it big time, man. But yeah, Pixel 8 Pro, man, some of the better qualities. It has a great camera. There's some really cool software behind the camera too. Makes every photo look really, really good. I don't know what they do. I don't know how they develop a lot of their software, but I got to give Google the props, man. They created an affordable phone that's not totally elitist. That's one thing I hate about iPhone is it claims to be different than the competition, but it's really just expensive. It's just an expensive smartphone. I think Apple's lost its way. It used to be the product everybody wants, and I think now more people than ever are just like, a Pixel 8 Pro is just as good. And I kind of, I don't want to say fuck iPhone because they're quality phones. iPhones are pretty decent quality. I just, you really what you're paying for, sadly, with iPhone is not functionality, but more status symbol. And that's the worst part about it. Me personally, I don't really care about status. That's why I got a Pixel 8 Pro. Is it as good as some of the iPhones out there? Probably not, but it's way more affordable, and it's still a very high quality phone. So as long as it's high quality, does what I want it to do, doesn't ever freeze, has the latest version of Android, constantly gets updates. And you get updates until 2030, by the way. That's one thing to mention. Updates all the way until 2030. That's honestly unreal. So no matter what, your phone doesn't exactly go obsolete as far as software is concerned. And operating system updates, things like that. Honestly, once your phone does hit once your phone hits a certain life cycle, you do have to kind of consider changing things up a little bit. So yeah, really happy about this, man. It's really one of the better phones I've owned. I think the Pixel 8 Pro, and like I said, check out the affiliate link in the description below. If you want to purchase it. It does help the channel out, by the way, and I do try to talk about products only that I use personally. And the Pixel 8 Pro is one I use personally. In fact, I am considering upgrading to a Pixel 9. So, I may even have a Pixel 9 affiliate link at some point, but I only try to keep affiliate links to products that I actually use, like my Monster Energy drinks, things like that. So, but yeah, as far as Amazon purchases go, huge fan of the Pixel 8 Pro, and I feel like this is kind of kind of an informal review that I can do for a product that I particularly love and will always continue to use overall. But yeah, I'm just gonna, I think, keep doing what I do with it. And God, I love being out in the park on days like this. I thought it was going to be windier, but it really isn't. I think I can actually kind of let loose a little bit and not have this little jacket on. It does keep my tits feeling fresh though, which is nice. Like I said, anything can happen. But anyway, so yeah, overall, Pixel 8 Pro is one of the better phones on the market. I can't help it. I can't help myself. I love hard cider, so I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, overall, Pixel 8 Pro, one of the better phones, I could actually say. One of the reasons why I'm happy to promote it on this channel and also get commission for any sales from Amazon, which is kind of cool. Like I said, it's small commission. It just helps the channel, not a sponsor. Just helps the channel. So, because if it was a sponsor, they'd pay me up front. I honestly get paid for every sale. So, but no, overall, I only promote products that I use and actually like. And Pixel 8 Pro is a product I use and actually really like. And if I could, which I might, get another one, but I would upgrade probably to the Pixel 9. I do prefer getting a generation before the current one. So for example, the reason I purchased the Pixel 8 Pro and not the Pixel 9 is because, one, you know, it's good to let the product exist for a bit before purchasing it. Plus, a lot of the Pixel 8, I bought this Pixel 8 Pro for like $570 on Black Friday, which is a big deal. So they're usually trying to get rid of these products because they're the previous generation. So you can usually get a good deal on Black Friday. But, you know, I don't know. I can't guarantee a good deal in the future, so. Feel free to follow the link, though, in the description. She drives me crazy. Ooh, ooh. Like no one else. Just... Is this prune? I think I just found a piece of candy in the side of my, well, whatever that is. Old ass piece of candy, it looks like. Ugh. Look at barnacles growing off of it. But yeah, no, the Pixel 8 Pro is great because I can use this to stream videos and stuff like that during the daytime, which is pretty cool. Here, let me actually show you guys the quality of the camera. Now, I may have gotten some smudge marks on the back, which I'm trying to get rid of now. But let me show you guys the other side. Let me show you guys the actual camera, like what it can actually do. Look at the quality of that. As you can see, you can get really, really good quality of the landscape around you. So we're right next to the Mingus Park pool, actually. It's glorious, man. Look at that. If we kind of go up, down a little bit, you know, I can just kind of rotate it a little. But yeah, look at that. Just a great camera. The one thing is, if you're looking to get great shots, any sort of images, really high quality images, man, you're gonna do yourself a favor by having the Pixel 8 Pro camera. I don't even think right now it's using the best version of the camera. Now that I think about it, which is wild to me. Huge fan, but yeah, this is just, and you can see, oh, there's my hand. But yeah, really good quality, very vibrant colors. It's crazy to see how great it looks in the regular camera mode, but since I'm doing a YouTube live, it probably might not be the ultimate quality, but this is what it looks like during a live video. I think that's pretty great. Now, course, let's get back to the show. Yeah, overall, just one of those. It's one of those products that you just can't ignore. I constantly purchase it whenever. I mean, I would constantly purchase it if I had like a disposable budget, but it's one of those that you could have as a backup phone and it would just work for a long time. But it's solid. But it's fun doing these videos at the park, though. I think the park is just such a beautiful place, and this has become one of my favorite spots to hang out. It's funny, nobody goes to this particular spot, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because people like me hang out here. But yeah, no, it's a great spot. Nobody really goes up here, and when they do, they're just like, oh, he's just filming a video being a creeper, you know. And it's reasonable. But yeah, I think more people. I really just want more people to know about the Pixel 8 Pro when it boils back. What it is what it boils down to. The other things it can do, it's just honestly, it's fast. It's one of the faster phones that I've ever. It's one of the it is the fastest phone I've ever owned. I don't know all the specs by hand. That's the worst part. You will have to look at the specs. In fact, the specs are in the link, the Amazon link that I have below. And if you choose to ultimately purchase it, that's, your call at the end of the day. What's going on, man? Lots of stuff going on down here. But yeah, the park is always a good spot to do a video, in my opinion. And I can't help myself. Let's see. George Washington's in the chat saying still an Android. All right, it was our first chat interaction during it. This is a Q&A session now. So if you have any questions or if you have any questions about the product or have any comments, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to provide any answers or commentary to it. But it is really, like I said, a solid product, and I'm one of those people that I would use it any day of the week. Like that's how dedicated of a shill. I'm a shill for the product, absolutely. If there's any product as far as smartphones are concerned, I would absolutely, in a heartbeat, choose the Pixel 8 Pro. Now, if you gave me a free Pixel 9, absolutely, I'm upgrading. George Washington says Android. Okay. So I see some chats from my boy George Washington on there. But yeah, anybody who has any chats, let me know, man. I'm more than happy to answer all messages. Let's see all the messages. Let's see. George Washington also says, bro. This is just reading the comments real quick. Bro's phone runs on 4 pixels per. What was that again? Your phone probably crashes delivering text messages. That's pretty. It's not true, but that is pretty funny. I appreciate the diss tracks, And there's always going to be Pixel haters. I'm a big proponent of the phone, so I will always try my best to shill this product anytime I can. But there will be haters. Lots of haters. I'm probably going to go in the more shaded area here in a sec. Would you all like to join me? Just so that way my phone doesn't overheat. And so I could cool my ass off. Here we go. We'll take it a step at a time. Somebody's probably going to steal my phone because I'm a chode. One moment. All right, here we go. We're back in action. All righty. Here we go. Now, let's figure our shit out here. All right, so we're back in action. Oh boy. Woo. Sometimes live videos don't always go as planned. But I wanted to get in a little decent shade. Here we go. Since you're outside going on a jog, says George Washington. George Washington, man, you just don't love me, man. Make sure you guys like the video, though, and subscribe to the channel. I know that this is George Washington's favorite channel, and I make sure that I put out as much content from a man as possible. So. But yeah, overall, what it boils down to is I'm a huge fan of pretty much, Pixel phones. I think that they're really one of the more solid choices, and I still have my Pixel 5 as a backup phone, oddly enough. It's a good phone. And, honestly, that's one of the reasons why you keep a case on your phone, keep some sort of screen protector on your phone, and you're pretty much good to go. At least that's what I do. I even though it's almost an indestructible phone, they did some stress tests on it, and it's also fairly waterproof. You don't want to expose your phone to too many crazy things on purpose. Yeah, I'm always out and about when I can be, and this is what allows me some freedom and flexibility for the show, which is kind of nice, and I appreciate that big time. So, but overall, there's a lot of upsides. I was gonna say, the upside to the Pixel really has to be the fact that, one, I'm an Android. I love Android phones. Overall, iPhone's good, but iPhone tends to be a little more overpriced than everything else, and that's the problem. Really, is its pricing structure. That's a tough one for me. Pricing structure is a big deal to me. Another thing that's kind of a big deal is, where do you, what else can you do with it? I mean, what people don't really do a lot of overly complex shit with their smartphone. At least most people don't. I was gonna say, for the most part, I just record videos on here, and then I, send text messages and do some phone calls, but that's really about the extent of it. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna go with the more affordable option that still has good hardware. Pixel 8 Pro has great hardware. Whatever iPhone's out there has great hardware too. They're both great phones. Just one's more expensive by a long shot than the other, and that's a huge deal to me. Is price. Price is a big deal to me. And yeah, I love it. See, George Washington. Let's see, what is my boy saying here? Saying you notice that you're basically talking to no one. Yeah, look, I'm doing this for the archivability of the show. The horizontal lives get archived a lot better than anything else. So it's kind of a strategic move on my end, and I know there's not going to be a ton of people viewing on the horizontal lives. I've actually got most of my subscribers from doing vertical lives, so it doesn't surprise me that most people end up watching the show in a more vertical sense overall. Now, I will be ending this particular stream probably in about 5 or 10 minutes, but I kind of want to go over a little more things. Like I said, I am filming this entire live video with a Pixel 8 Pro, and as you could tell, the quality is pretty damn good. I didn't, and this is actually with a slightly dirty camera lens, by the way. The lens is a little dirty at the moment. I should probably clean that. Here, let me try to clean that a little bit. All right, I think that cleaned it out a little bit. Maybe. There we go. Hold on. Hell yeah. Mr. Donaldson. What's going on, my man? Talking about the Pixel 8 Pro. Talking about really I'm just trying to sell some product. Talking about my Amazon affiliate links and all that jazz. Hopefully encouraging a few people to purchase a few things, but people can do what they want. Drinking a little bit of a hard cider. Yeah, overall. And we're not even talking about the Samsung phones in this one. I feel like Samsung, there's definitely going to be a trio, right? It's going to be Samsung, Google, and Apple in a bit of a smartphone war, to be honest. Consistently trying to put out affordable products that are still high quality. And the one thing about Google, they've done things right with the Pixel so far. Early on, I would say that the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 was a little iffy. Pixel 5 was really a big jump start. But I will say, I think the Pixel 7 had some heating issues from what I heard from some of the reviews. But overall, the Pixel 8's been fantastic for me. It does overheat a little bit, but not like overheat in the sense of detrimental overheating. You can just feel it get hot. But that's usually with any phone. Especially that happens after I'm doing a lot of like camera streaming and stuff. But it holds its own very well, and it does a very good job recording and doing live videos. That's the one thing I could say about it. So all in all, just a very impressive product, and one of the reasons why I continually promote it on this channel, and will continue to promote it just because it's just that good of a product. Sorry guys, real quick, I guess I got a sock. I guess it's a clean sock. This might be a cum sock. Hold on. There we go. I think that kind of cleaned it off a little bit. Maybe. Sort of. Not sure. But yeah, man. So Mr. Donaldson's got a Samsung. Heck yeah. Now, Samsung's a good product, man. Samsung phones are pretty good. My buddy Nathan's got one. He seems to like it quite a bit. It is one of those products that just, does what it needs to do. And it kicks a lot of ass. I'm probably going to be doing a vertical live here in just a few moments, though. God, it feels good to be drinking outside, though. I love drinking outside. I see you put. So Michael Donaldson's wondering if the sock is my girl. No, the sock is not my girlfriend. But that's funny though. Yeah, I have a sock in here. See, it's not crusty. See, even though backed by popular belief, most people would think that this is a very crusty sock, or would possibly be. Oh, it should be. Everybody should have a crusty sock that they carry with them. Oh, man, that's funny. But yeah, has anybody got any questions about the Pixel 8 Pro? Like, I use it for basic stuff. I use it for DoorDash delivery. It's honestly fantastic. It never crashes. Pixel 5 never crashed either, which is really cool. Apps seem to run really well in the Pixel 8 Pro, and they even ran well in the Pixel 5, for God's sakes. Just everything seems to run so much more smoothly on these Pixel phones, and I've been ever since I got the Pixel 5. I was a huge fan. I was like, dude, this is great. And I still read the reviews though, because you never know. Sometimes a generation of phones, there might be some issues that people note, and it's why you don't want to get the latest version of it, because you might have a recall situation. You want to make sure that the phone is solid already and really, really good beforehand. I like to try to buy my phones new if possible, and usually during Black Friday. But if I can't, I can't. That's okay. I'm willing to pay a couple extra bucks if I know the phone's good. And the Pixel 8 Pro really is a phenomenal phone. It holds itself really well. If it's raining, it doesn't get ruined or anything like that. It's very water resistant, which is fantastic. Same with the Pixel 5, by the way. I guess that's a water resistant phone too. I will say about the Pixel 8 Pro obviously is going to be a bigger phone because there's more hardware in it. The camera's a little bit bigger. The camera's a lot better. Pixel 8 Pro versus the Pixel 8 regular. Obviously, there's a lot more. There's a lot of differences between the cameras. The cameras are a lot more higher quality than the Pixel 8, but Pixel 8 still has the same CPU. I don't remember what the CPU type is or whatever, but I know it has a pretty high clock speed overall. And I think if I remember right, I think it's like a quad core CPU. So pretty cool. I'll take that any day of the week. And like I said, I'm a huge Pixel fanboy, and I'll continue to be one. And I don't think I'll stop anytime soon, but yeah, it's fun to also just be outside talking to you guys. This is great. I just man, oh man. But yeah, just real quick, even if you guys end up watching this after it's live, what are your guys' favorite phones? Like, what's your preferred phone? Like, do you prefer Samsung? Do you prefer Google phones? Do you prefer Apple iPhones? Like, what are your preferences? And me personally, obviously, I'm very biased right now. I love the Pixel 8 Pro. I've owned a Samsung phone before, but it was a hand-me-down phone from my mom. She just wanted to get rid of it because she upgraded. But it ran pretty smoothly. It was one that actually had a removable battery, when batteries could be removable back in the day very easily, where you just pop the cover. That's the one thing I do miss about the older smartphone generation, is you could replace the battery. But now, I mean, you could still replace batteries on these phones. The only problem is the cost is just not worth it to do so. And I will say, if the phone, you could recycle the phone and maybe get some money off the deal. You could probably sell it for parts, for example. Like, so if the battery ever goes kapooey on this phone, I'll probably end up selling the phone for parts, is what I'll do. But yeah, huge fan of the Pixel phones. Like I said, Pixel 5 has lasted me, because I got the Pixel 5 back in 2022, and it's lasted me for 2.5 years. I still use it as a secondary device. I kind of use it as a backup two-factor authentication system more than anything, and just makes life a lot easier, at least in my experience. Hold on. I don't know what this nigga's doing. Either way, it's pretty cool though. I happen to enjoy it. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to view this video. I got nothing else to add on this except for Pixel 8 Pro is the best. My favorite personal phone, and call it good. Catch y'all later. I'll see you on the vertical live here I'm going to do in a second. See you in a bit.